let's go to All Points East Festival. Welcome to Vlogoween day 6, where I am posting regular vlogs in the lead up to Halloween. Think Vlogmas but Halloween edition. So I am going to All Points East Festival today. It is a day music festival in England, specifically in London, and the lineup is really great. I have been kind of planning for this day for quite some time. I crocheted a whole dress, which I did a vlog for, and if you want to watch it, I'll link in the description. But it was a journey, let's just say. But I love the way the dress has turned out, and I'm super excited for this day. I am going with my partner, my bestie, and her partner, and I'm really looking forward to it. So today is the day of the festival, and me and my partner have booked a Travelodge for tonight. So we basically arrived, like, we arranged for early check-in so we could arrive a little bit early, get ready there, and then leave for the festival. Because for me personally, it kind of makes more sense to get ready there rather than getting ready at home and then having to get on the train and a tube and stuff with like a full beat in my dress and blah. So this just makes a lot more sense. It means that we obviously won't have to leave the festival early to kind of like catch our last train home, that sort of thing. And yeah, it just kind of makes a little weekend out of it. Also, hello, if you don't know me, my name is Rajan, aka Not a Half Bad Crochet. And if you would like to see the rest of my Vlogoween posts, then feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do also have a playlist of all of my Vlogoween videos, so if you missed vlogs 1 to 5, then you can catch them on the playlist. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, give it a little like and leave me a comment to let me know what you think. So yeah, we're about to go get our train into London, so let's hang out. We're gonna go get ready and then we're gonna go to the festival. I really look like Edna Mode.
Hi.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, once you do it, that'll
Yeah,
be fine.
I was all that straight there. I was like, oh damn. We made it. So we have made it to our Travelodge. I have just figured out my plan, my POA. So I need to wear boob tape with this dress. So I'm thinking if I put the boob tape on first, put some SPF on my body to make sure I don't burn, moisturize, and then I can just do my makeup, and then all I've got to do is put my dress on. So that's the plan. My hair is looking less like Edna Mode right now, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna do something. I'll make it look better than it currently is. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. We're all checked into our hotel. Journey was very easy. It was quite busy because it's bank holiday weekend, but yeah, I will see you when I'm dressed. Okay, I am ready. So here is the dress. I think it looks so cute. I'm just wearing it with these like pastel trainers and some frilly socks, and my boobs are all taped up, so I'm trying not to flash you, but here's my makeup, and I'm wearing some cute little earrings and this nice necklace and this little bindi. And I did kind of figure out my hair. I was gonna do like little pigtails, but because my layers are so short, it just doesn't look right at all. But yeah, this is the dress. I think it looks really cute. Here is the bag that I'm taking, just my normal everyday one with some key rings, and I've got all my stuff in there that I need for the day. And yeah, I'm gonna go meet up with my friends and have a fun day. hair looks crazy. It is a couple of days after the festival. Today is Monday, the festival's on Saturday. You can probably tell from my voice that I had an excellent time. My voice has never been this wrecked before. So yeah, let me fill you in. Let me fill you in on my day. So yeah, obviously we got to the Travelodge. If you don't know what a Travelodge is, it's basically like a budget hotel, kind of similar to like the Holiday Inn, like that kind of vibe. And they have them like all over the UK. So yeah, we got ready at the Travelodge. Got checked in, all fine, got ready, blah blah blah. Chilled and had some lunch, and then we headed over to Victoria Park. We just got a cab over because it was like a 5-minute cab and it was like £5, so we were like, it's like a 20-minute walk, so we were like, we're gonna be on our feet for long enough, like we may as well get a taxi there. So yeah, made our way over to Victoria Park, met up with my bestie and her partner, and then we went into the festival. I basically brought some, like, which I don't encourage this, I don't condone this, FYI, but I brought some like canned cocktails from M&S. They do this really nice like salted caramel espresso martini. I'm also a sleepy bitch and I also don't have caffeine very often, so I was like, I'm gonna get something caffeinated so that I can, you know, stay awake, and also like I want to be a little bit tipsy, you know, but I only got 3 for like the whole day because I was like, I don't want to be drunk, but I want to be a little bit buzzed. So yeah, I had 3 of them. I had one at the hotel when I was getting ready, and then I had 2 cans. I hid one in my bag, and then the other one I just like put down my pants because I was wearing like basically granny pants. So I was like, and I wore granny pants specifically, so I just literally put it down my trousers. And yeah, we went into the festival. Obviously they like scanned our tickets, checked our bags and stuff. Didn't find the one in my bag, but they were not thorough in their checks at all. Like I could have put both of the cans in my bag and they would have been none the wiser. Like they had this like long stick that they were using to kind of like, you know, poke around, but you had to like hold your bag open sort of thing. And then so I was like, so it was my bestie went through, my bestie's partner went through, and then my partner went through, and I was like the last of the 4 of us to walk through. And they scanned like with the wand, like a metal detector wand, they scanned my bestie's partner, they scanned my partner, and then obviously they got to me and I was like, fuck, they're gonna find this can like basically in my pants. And I was like, oh shit. And then she kind of looked at me and she was like, oh no, you're fine, go ahead. And I was like, oh thank fuck, because I was as soon as I saw her with the wand, I was like, what could I possibly say? I was like, maybe like a piercing, but like I feel like they know like how loud a piercing would buzz basically. But yeah, I was just like, oh fuck. But yeah, luckily they didn't wand me. I was like, thank God, because that would have been so awkward. But yeah, and then we got into the festival, and it was probably around like maybe about 4 o'clock that we arrived, because we were going to arrive a little bit early, but in terms of like the lineup of who was there wasn't really anyone there that we wanted to see any earlier than 4, and we knew it was going to be a long day, so we were like, let's just like go for like the first artists that we actually want to see, or like a little bit beforehand. My bestie and her partner hadn't eaten, so they went to go grab some food, and then we saw Cat Burns first. She was so good. She was on the main stage as well, and like Cat Burns is definitely like a smaller artist, but I think she is very popular and a lot of people know her songs, particularly that like she herself like posts like regularly on TikTok and stuff, so she feels like very relatable in a sense. But yeah, she was really good. Her voice is incredible. Like it low-key sounded like she was lip syncing, but like she very clearly wasn't lip syncing, but her voice was that good that it kind of seemed like it, if that makes sense. But yeah, her voice was so good. She was like really wowed by the amount of people who were at the stage, which I thought was really lovely. I kind of like, I don't know, I love the like humility of a lot of artists, even like artists who were bigger sort of thing. But yeah, she was fantastic. She was really good. Her like set design was just like really nice and simple, and it just kind of like set the tone for the day really nicely. And then after Cat Burns, we saw Neo on one of the other stages. Neo is one of my all-time favorite artists. I started listening to Neo probably around like 2019. I basically so long story short, I lost one of my closest friends in 2019, and I watched a show called On My Block. And if you've watched On My Block, or you know On My Block, there is a season where a character dies, and that was the season, like the season after, when they were kind of dealing with the death, was the season that I was watching as I was grieving my friend. So very terrible choice on my behalf, but they played a song by Neo in the show, and I at the time was listening to like a playlist of all of the songs from the show because I really like the soundtrack of the show. Came across that song and it really just like resonated with me in terms of like the grief that I was dealing with. It's called Another Lifetime, and yeah, I really resonated with it, and I call it my crying song as like a joke, but it does make me very emotional because I don't think she wrote it intentionally for grief, but I think she kind of it's very like, you know,
open to interpretation, obviously, as all music is. But yeah, the lyrics like hit home for me a lot when it comes to like the grief that I was dealing with and the feelings that I was feeling as I was grieving my friend. So I love Nao. That is what like the song that kind of made me fall in love with her, and I love all of her other songs. And like she does really lovely like emotional songs, but she does really lovely like, you know, fun vibey kind of songs. So when I saw Nao, I think like the end of last year, and it was like a really small intimate gig. Like she sat with the people like a lot sort of thing during her performance. It was like a really small crowd. She like scaled everything back. It was like kind of like an acoustic set, if that makes sense. She was like in the middle of the venue, and everyone was around her so everyone could see her, la la la. So I'd seen her before. I knew I loved her and I wanted to see her again, and she started again in the crowd. She started with Another Lifetime, which is my crying song, and she started again in the crowd. So I was like, I wasn't like in the crowd because I don't really like getting like fully into a crowd. I just want to like kind of be a little bit far away, but so I can see and hear everything, blah blah. But yeah, she started in the crowd with Another Lifetime, and yeah, she was just brilliant. She was so good. She played like all of my favorite songs. She came on like a little bit late, but like I don't really care about that. And she played a bunch of my favorite songs. It was really, really fun. And then my bestie and her partner wanted to go see Tyler. I'm not really that fussed about Tyler. Like I don't really listen to Tyler. I only know of her songs through like TikTok basically. And I was like, I want to see Nao. So they went over. Me and my partner stayed to finish watching Nao. And then yeah, she finished her set. She came like back into the crowd to like dance with everybody, which I thought was really cute. And then afterwards, what did we do after? I think I grabbed some food, I want to say. Like the food was okay there. Like there wasn't really anything, because I wasn't like hungry because obviously I was having a few drinks and stuff as well. But yeah, the food was like fine. I just got like some fried chicken and chips, which was nice. Obviously extortionately priced, but like what do you expect, we're at a festival. So yeah, and then after Nao we kind of like waited for my bestie and her partner to kind of finish with Tyler, and there was a DJ called Jyoti who was in one of the tents. I follow Jyoti on TikTok and I think she's an incredible DJ, but like she's a very good DJ in terms of like she plays really well to her crowd. So like I feel like she understands the vibe of like where she's playing and who she's playing to, and she really caters to that. Because I've seen some of her sets and like I've listened to some of her sets, and they're very like techno or drum and bass or like liquid, and like, you know, I think it really depends on who she's playing to. And the set she did was so fucking good. It was for the girls, gays and the theys, like 100%. It was so good. And it was really fun being in like a tent as well. And yeah, we had a really good time. And then we met up with my bestie and her partner. They'd finished at Tyler, and then we all kind of went into the tent, had a little dance, and then it was kind of like as the sun was going down, and then FKA Twigs was on. So if you don't know, Doechii was supposed to be at All Points East, but she pulled out literally like a few days before the festival. Lots of people were up in arms about this. I love Doechii, and like, not to be that guy, but I've been listening to Doechii like for several years, like way before her boom of popularity recently. Like she's been in my top 5 Spotify artists for like the past like 4 years. So yeah, I've been listening to her for a long time. I really wanted to see Doechii at this festival. She was like one of the main reasons why I bought a ticket, but not the main reason. And yeah, obviously she pulled out, very upsetting, very tragic, but they got FKA Twigs to replace her very last minute actually, which to be fair I think is a very solid replacement. I also would have settled for Rico Nasty. I think she would have been an excellent replacement for Doechii. But yeah, FKA Twigs was on after Jyoti, so we just kind of like chilled for a little bit, and then went to go kind of sit near FKA Twigs. We weren't like in the crowd. Her music is good, and like I think she's an excellent performer, but she's just not really like my kind of music, and I know only like a few of her songs. So we just kind of like sat against like one of the like barrier walls so we could have some like back support, and then just kind of like watched her from the side. But in terms of the actual like sound and the festival itself, like it was really, really good. Like I think there were a lot of people on TikTok basically like complaining about the sound from the stages. I didn't have a problem at all. Like I could hear everything very, very clearly. If anything, like I had put earplugs in so I didn't like bust my eardrums or get fucking tinnitus, you know. So, yeah, I think the sound was absolutely fine. The dust that people are complaining about, yeah, it's really bad. The dust is crazy. I think that's why my voice kind of sounds a little bit fucked. The dust is really, really bad. You can kind of see it where it's just like a haze. It's just like a and you can probably see it in the videos and stuff, but it's just like a glow, like a haze across everything. And I'm asthmatic as well, so yeah, I can't imagine that it was like very good for anyone's lungs. But like, you know, people, they definitely like took measures to warn people and stuff. I do think they could have just like watered the ground, you know. I feel like between, because they had like a bunch of days for All Points East, and like Victoria Park has been like ravaged basically, so I do feel like they could have just like, I don't know, they could have done something to kind of help with the dust. But the dust was bad. It wasn't, I'm like, you know, like I've seen loads of people on TikTok and stuff, like when they're coming home they've got like dust all over their face and stuff, and I'm kind of like, how did you get it like smeared across your face? Do you know what I mean? Like unless you're like, you were sitting down all day, or like I'm a bit like, yeah, like my shoes were fucked, like my socks were white at the beginning, they were grey at the end, like my ankles and my legs, and obviously when I was sat down, like, you know, it was like a bit like on my arm and like a bit on my leg, but I'm like, it wasn't nowhere on my face. It was like up my nostrils because obviously I was breathing, but like it wasn't like smeared across my face. But yeah, I'm kind of like, how did you guys do that? But whatever. But the dust was bad. The dust was not great. Everything else about the festival was great. I had a really good time. And then after we kind of like chilled at FK Twigs, we kind of made our way over to Ray at the headliner stage. At like the main stage, because she was the headliner, so she kind of like closed off the night. She was really good. I think at this point we were just very tired, so we didn't stay for too long, and like, because obviously she's the headliner, all the other stages are finished, like everyone comes over there, so we weren't particularly like close or anything, not that we really like wanted to be, but we listened to like a few of her songs, and she's a yapper, like she's a chatty Cathy, you know, which is fine, but like I think for the end of a festival day, it was just kind of like, I would really just love to hear you play your songs, you know. And like she has such a brilliant voice and such a great, like, you know, stage presence, that I was like, I just don't think it's like the best suited for a headline act on a day festival. I feel like she would be perfect in an arena, or like if she had like, you know, like a residency or something, that would be really great. Like I'd love to hear her voice in the acoustics of an arena, but I don't know if it just translated as well at a festival. Don't get me wrong, she was brilliant, she was really good, but yeah, it just kind of, it felt a little bit like, it was just kind of okay. So yeah, we listened to like a few songs, and then we decided to head home, and my partner, my bestie and her partner had driven there, so they drove us back to the Travelodge, which was nice. And yeah, we had a really good day. And then when we got home, obviously, well, back to the Travelodge, we showered immediately because it was disgusting. Like the mud that was coming off of me was actually gross. Like when I blew my nose, it was just like black, it was just black snot. So yeah, it felt really nice to be clean. And then we went to bed, we woke up, our checkout was at 12 thankfully, so we didn't have to wake up like super early. And then we made it back home. We went to grab some breakfast and stuff before we came home, and I got a burnt Basque cheesecake slice, which was absolutely delicious. I've had some of it and it was really good. I've never had a burnt Basque cheesecake, and I've seen them like all the time, but like it's not something that I see regularly, so I was like, I am going to get this. There was a fly. That's disgusting, sorry, don't get annoyed at me for killing flies. It was like a long-ish journey. Obviously it was like bank holiday Sunday, so like people were coming into London rather than leaving, which was great, so our journey wasn't too bad. But yeah, we were just fucking exhausted. Like we probably went to bed at like 1 AM, and then obviously woke up at like, I don't know, like 9, 10. I think I was just like, our bodies were fucking exhausted. And then yeah, yesterday I just wanted like a day of silence. Like me and my partner were just like literally in silence. I did some crocheting, I finished watching Only Murders in the Building, I watched Basil the Great Mouse Detective, and we did not do anything. We had a very easy dinner, we just chilled, because my partner's off today but I work on bank holiday, so I was like, I know I just want to have a chill day. So yeah, we did exactly that. My voice has gotten better, if you can believe. Like my voice was worse yesterday, but I'm still very husky. And then yeah, I was like, I need to wash my hair, but it was like 9 PM, so I was like, okay. And then I slept with it when it was wet, so that's why it looks a bit crazy at the moment. It's just like, there's just like a lot of volume going on in like a, I don't think, good way. But yeah, that was my day. That was the festival. I had such a good time. I haven't like reviewed the footage, so like hopefully it's good, hopefully it's fun. I also got loads of compliments on my dress, like so many compliments that made me really shy. But yeah, everyone was really nice. There was also like a photographer who came up to me who was like, oh, I love your outfit, can I take a picture? She worked for Brick magazine, I think it was called. But yeah, I was like, oh, that's really cute. But yeah, everyone was like really complimentary, and like I love paying strangers compliments when it comes to like their outfits, particularly like at festivals and stuff where you can tell people like have really gone out. And I love paying strangers compliments about their outfits and like their makeup and their looks and stuff, because it just puts such a big smile on their face. Like there's no way that can't make somebody happy, you know. And yeah, so I was doing it to a lot of people were doing it to me, and it was just, yeah, it was just a really good vibes day. Like I don't think there was anything that like kind of pissed me off or anything like that. I feel like the people who went were the kind of people that I vibe with, which is good. And I feel like that was purely because of what's the word, the lineup. But yeah, I had a really good time. It was really, really fun. I loved spending time with my partner and my bestie and her partner, and the music was great. I loved wearing my dress. It was really, really comfortable. I had such a great time. I think I looked really good as well. I felt very confident, and yeah, I had a really, really good time. So I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog. Obviously, if you did, give it a like and leave me a comment to let me know what you think. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you want to check out any of my other Vlogoween vlogs. I do have a whole playlist with all of my Vlogoween vlogs. So if you want to catch up on any of the previous ones, you can do so, or if you want to just like keep up to date with any of the newer ones. But yeah, thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will hopefully catch you on the next vlog.